G'day folks, Ben from Snowy's. Today I'm immersing myself in this ultralight sleeping bag from Cedar Summit. It's the latest version of the Spark.
Hit it.
This lightweight bag has performed so well in the past that Cedar Summit have only had to apply a few refinements with an updated colourway, new fabrics and an improved zipper performance. Before we dive in, we've got loads more content like this on our channel, so make sure you like and subscribe below. Now let's jump into the product. These are the Spark bags I've got in front of me here. There's 4 in the range and I'm talking about the unisex version of these bags here. Now it's important to note that the predecessor from this latest version of this bag performed so well that Cedar Summit didn't really need to make any updates, but in their quest to be perfect, they've applied a few minor updates to these, but the performance, weight, and most elements of these bags are very similar to what they have been in the past. They've always been a really high-performing, lightweight bag for lightweight adventures, and that's what the Spark is designed for the lightweight adventurer. Now there's 4 in the range here, so 4 different temperature ratings, and they're all some differences between them all. If we start with the lightest one on top here, this is a 7-degree bag. Now this is their limit of comfort, so they're referring to where a male will be comfortable. The women's bag has got a slightly different rating, so a male will be comfortable sleeping in a comfortable position down to about 7 degrees. So this is a lightweight summer style bag. It's got the same sort of cut as all the bags, but if I go through the differences between each model, then I'll talk about all the same features. So this has got same vertical baffles, but this is a sewn through construction. So this stitch here is sewn through to the underside here. So that creates a colder spot, but when it's a 7-degree bag, that's not as important, but it's the same feel of down in here. And each of these bags come in a regular and a long. So regular suits 185 centimeters, long up to 198 centimeters. So each version that you see here, this is the regular here today, come in a regular and a long. So weight range across all 4 bags here, from the smallest regular one, which is the 7-degree bag here in a regular length, weighs 363 grams. That's what Cedar Summit state the bag weight is. And then it steps through weight, going warmer and warmer and warmer, up to the minus 18-degree bag in the longest version, which is the heaviest one in the series, which is about 1.2 kilograms. So that's for the entire series. So the whole bags from 7 degrees through to minus 18 degrees is all 1.2 kilos or below. So it makes for a really versatile bag for adventures in any climate, and you can add other things from Cedar Summit's sleeping range to create versatility around that. So this on top here is the 7-degree bag. These lighter weight ones come with a half zip. So this zip here goes from the hood at the top here and finishes part way down. Moving on to the next one, which is a minus 1-degree bag. Once again, it's got a half zip, but this now moves up to box wall construction. So every other series underneath this one here, as we get warmer, is a box wall construction, which means that each of these baffles, both horizontal and vertical, are a box construction. So you got the top layer, the bottom layer, and a bit of fabric in between to allow the down to puff up, and you don't get that cold spot in between with a sewn through construction. Moving up to, once again, the box wall construction here. This is a minus 9-degree bag. A good all-rounder for most lightweight expeditions, but if you want a really, really warm bag, also comes in a minus 18-degree bag, and that's the one that I'm going to be showing you here today. Now when you get your bag, you do get a few other bits with it. So these are all the storage bags for each size. So this is for this bag here. You get this large storage bag here with a mesh top. So this is what you would store the bag in when you're not using it. Inside here, you get a compression sack to store it in. These are now in line with Cedar Summit's standard compression sack, so if you do happen to lose or damage this one, you can replace it with something that's pretty much the same. You do get a little bit of product information, this guy here, if you like, just to read up about the range, information about the bag, and you also get the down certificate. So there's an 850 plus loft RDS certified ultra dry down inside here, and inside this little envelope here you get the certificate of compliance for the down test to prove that it is an 850 loft plus down, goose down, sorry, inside this bag here. So high quality down, the more it costs, but the lighter weight it is, you need less down for the same sort of performance. So if you want compact and lightweight performance, a higher down is better, and that proves that you're getting good quality down. Moving on to the bag itself. Now it is a mummy type construction. So room around the shoulders, once again designed to be warm. So you've got more of a box foot here, so you don't have as much room to move your feet around. And it's a taller kind of construction. If you have a look at this sort of sideways, you can see that this tapers up to the end here to allow space for your feet while they're sitting upright. I'm going to crawl inside this bag soon and show you how much space I've got. Fabric is a 10D nylon throughout. The only difference being that the foot section here, where it's yellow, and the hood section at this end here are water resistant nylon. So if you've got this or this, touching the ends of your tent. It's going to resist the water from getting into the down. Further to that, the down does have a dry treatment to it. It's an ultra dry down, so it does resist moisture a little bit. Eventually it will wet out, but it is designed to resist a little bit of moisture you might get while you're inside a tent. Looking at the construction of the bag, as I mentioned previously, mummy shape, and you've got a combination of vertical and horizontal baffles. So vertical baffles here, which keeps the down up over the top of your torso. So these are filled with heaps of down in here. And then horizontal baffles down to the foot here, so it wraps around your feet. With a horizontal baffle, if it's too large, you can get down sort of separating in the edges, but a smaller one like this allows it to puff up, and then that three-dimensional foot section here. While we're down here, important to note that this doesn't have the Spark series doesn't have a foot zipper. The zip's the one spot where you can lose most of your heat, so they've left that out in favor of performance and weight. Instead, the full-length side zipper comes down to this point here and runs along the side, which is a good segue into mentioning the colorway. So wherever there is a color difference here, this yellow section next to the gray, yellow indicates that something's going on. So you can see that there is a zipper that runs down this yellow section here. The foot is yellow because it's a waterproof fabric, and then the hood section here, once again, because it's a waterproof fabric, but you've also got adjustments at the top here in the hood as well. The features around the hood, because this is an improved hood, being a technical bag, designed to really hug your head inside here. So this hood's probably a little bit small. You can fit a pillow in there, but it becomes less efficient. It almost fills the hood section up. So you can use a pillow, but if you want ultimate warmth, you probably use it without it to allow this down to puff up around your head and keep your head warm. Got these big draft tubes around the top here and also along the top of the bag here and running along the back here, so you can really trap the warmth in underneath here, and an adjustment, just one adjustment on here to allow you to pull that hood in right around your face to trap the warmth in if you like. So it's going to be nice and snug inside. A couple of other features on the top here that I'll mention is the quilt lock feature. So you've got these little studs here, one on this side and one on the other side here as well. They work with Cedar Summit quilts, so you can actually clip a quilt on the top of the bag here, lay it over the top of the whole bag and tuck your feet in at the end, and it creates another layer of down on top to warm the bag up even further if you like. So if you wanted to buy one of the lighter weight Spark sleeping bags and add extra warmth or be able to use it for different seasons, you can get a lightweight down bag, a lightweight Spark bag, and then team it up with one of the Cedar Summit quilts, clip them together for colder weather or use them separately for warmer weather. Another big feature or refinement that Cedar Summit have made is this zip plow here. Maybe adds a few grams of weight to the bag, but increases the functionality significantly. So this, while it did work before, this is a big improvement on how often this fabric will get snagged in here. In fact, the only way I've been able to get the fabric actually snagged is by crossing the fabric over the zip and almost tucking it underneath the zipper plow here. But if you're zipping this straight like this zipper plow works really well. The only times you might find you get it caught up is if you're kind of hooking it over like this. I've tried a few times to make this happen. It's quite hard to get the fabric to snag, but if you zip it straight, then it works just fine. Now you can zip this all the way down to here for ventilation if you like. It won't go all the way open, so you can't use it as a doona, but you can zip it open like this for ventilation. They haven't included a security pocket or anything inside here, once again, because the focus here is weight, so they haven't added an extra zipper and fabric inside here. They've left that out, but you can see they haven't spared any weight or any design in the size of this draft tube down here to sit over the top of this zipper here. Slightly stiffened fabric here too, I didn't mention before, on each side of the zipper to stop the inner fabric from snagging on the zipper as well. But that nice big draft tube that comes right down and goes past where the zipper finishes in here. So seals up the drafts coming in and out of the bag really well once that's done up. Now the inner fabric here is also a 10D nylon, and I didn't mention before that these are all Blue Sign approved fabrics, so sustainable fabrics used within the Cedar Summit Spark range. A couple of other features that I'll just point out, not really relevant, but these are just really for display in store, and also little hanging points on the end here if you want to hang it up when you're at home. That's all there for, one on each side. And it's also important to note that this draft tube here only features in the -18-degree version of the bag. The cooler ones don't have that, but they still have this nice big draft tube around the hood here to retain the heat inside the bag. And one other thing is that the zippers that are used in the Cedar Summit range are all a number 5 YKK zipper now. So across the other models, this is the same size zipper. The half zip versions of the Spark bag won't zip together, but a female and a unisex version of the Spark bags will zip together, and it's the same size zipper, as I mentioned, as bags in the other range. So you can get unisex and women's bags to zip together within the Cedar Summit sleeping bag ecosystem. Now, crawling into this bag here, I'm 185 centimeters. So if I tuck my feet down the end here, I just first want to talk about the room in the footbox here. This, if I put I've got size 12 feet, so they're pretty big. Sitting in there upright at the moment, and I've got 2 to 3 centimeters of down lofted at the end there. If I curl my toes over a bit, I've got loads of insulation, so my feet are encased in a heap of down there. Not heaps of room to move. I can separate them probably 20 centimeters or so, but as I mentioned, this bag is designed for lightweight performance, so it's going to keep me warm. If I snug down into the bag, push my feet to the end, lay down in here and do up the side. Now these zipper pulls have got extended cord on inside and outside to make it really easy to do up, so that zip plow is working really well there. Lightweight fabrics are classic for getting caught in a zip. It's not happening. I haven't actually managed to catch this at all using this bag so far. Zip it right up to the top, and I've got a very small space for my head to stick out there. I pull the hood over the top. This isn't even done up tight, and I've got a very small space here, and I could even tighten that up further if I like. So the draft tube at the back is sitting right under my neck. I could tighten this up further at the front here to really tighten it up over the top of my body, and I would feel like I'm getting very warm in here already. This feels quite comfortable, so there's not a lot of room for me to move. If I put my arms down to the side, I can move them sort of 10 centimeters or so out from my hips. So I do have a little bit of wiggle room, but it's not designed for heaps of room inside this bag. It's designed for performance and lightweight. So this, I think, is going to keep me pretty warm in the coldest of weather. That's pretty much the features of the Spark bag. I do want to show you the pack size of all 4 of them. So when you pack your down sleeping bag, same with any down bag, just stuff it in. Don't try and roll it. You'll never get it back in the bag. So just stuff it in. It's actually better for the down because it creates an irregularity in the down and allows it to loft up quicker. So this is the 7-degree bag here, and you can see it is tiny. They've only got 2 compression straps on the bag there. If we put that down next to the whole range, this is the 4 of them in an uncompressed state. So remember, this is a minus 18-degree sub 1 kilogram bag here, fair bit of fabric. I'm going to squash all these down now to see how small they'll get. So to squash it down, just squeeze some air out and gradually work your way around with these compression straps. It'll go a bit skew whiff, just give it a bit of a squish as you go. Keep it nice and straight. I'm going to do this to all 4 of them to show you how small they get. So you can see, being such a compressible 850 loft down, that these pack down tiny. So that's the 7-degree bag, under 400 grams for that bag there, through to about 1.2 kilos. Well, this one's under 1.2 because that's a regular, but the long version of that's 1.2. So lightweight range of bags, really compressible, really versatile, really warm, perfect for the lightweight adventurer. So if you're looking for a bag that does it all in any climate and isn't going to take up much weight or space in your backpack, check out the Spark range. You can see them online at snowies.com.au.